All right, I highly recommend you watch this video. It is RV Miles, Jason there. Always really good stuff from him. It's a lot of economic data. And anyway, is the RV market at its peak? Is supply reaching, equaling demand? Are the prices going to record high prices for RVs of every sort, from Class A's to fifth wheels to trailers to truck campers, which are all, highly up this year because, hey, a whole lot of reasons, and I won't get into all that. But is it about to hit the top? You know what I'm saying? Peak the market, and things may be getting a little bit back to normal later this year. He says that the camping season, it's midsummer now, and hey, if you haven't bought your 2021 vehicle, the season's kind of coming to a peak, to a close pretty soon. Labor Day's only a few weeks away, right? The season is, the demand is going to be going down. The supply may be starting to catch up with demand, and there's some hope in the future, at least for folks that want to buy, that prices may start to stabilize and even come down sometime soon. For the sellers, it may still be a seller's market right now, but hey, the longer you hold on to it, the less you may get. Anyway, he gets into all the data. Used RVs are being held on to more by dealers because there are fewer new ones available, and instead of putting stuff up for auction, and there's a whole lot of stuff. Car data goes into it, and the chip shortage goes into it, and there's a whole lot of factors going into it. But he says that it may be we may be hitting the peak. And things may be changing around, and maybe if you are holding out on buying an RV this year, maybe things will get better soon. I don't know. Anyway, good video, kind of complicated. I highly recommend you watch it. RV Miles. Yeah, it's been a crazy year, hasn't it? I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. Things don't look particularly interesting today in terms of the Nomad availabilities. Campervan Kenny. The Wolf Pet makes a new dog friend. Nomadic Dramatic in Detroit. We all know what's coming. He posts stuff on Patreon weeks ahead of, you don't even have to be a member of his Patreon. Just go on and look at the titles and you can tell what's coming. Nikki Delventhal. She's in Virginia now. She is the lady that lives in her Prius, living in her Toyota Prius, and she's in the beautiful state of Virginia. Yeah. Hey, Pet Palooza 2021 marches on. This is Sue's pets, a little doggy and a kitty, Dot and Nina. All right, so finishing up on Pet Palooza. If you want to get your pet picture on the Camo Dave channel, please send your pet picture to camodave@gmx.com. And by the end of the month, we'll have a Pet Palooza spectacular and show them all to you, okay? All righty, let's get to some letters, shall we? I want to thank GB Moves up there in the Pacific Northwest, Troutdale, Oregon. What is that, a picture of... It's a cat. It's a cat meeting place. What is it called? McMenamins Edgefield, Troutdale, Oregon. I was at this place today and thought it was really a cool meeting place. Very nice grounds and lots of shade and some cats there. All right, thank you, GB Moves. I want to send Camo Dave some mail. 104 North Green Street, number 116, Morganton, North Carolina, 28655. Regina says, I love, letters, yeah. Regina says, I love watching Steve Wallis. He's awesome. We do. We all love Steve Wallis. And that was cool that he gets the thrift store jacket and dresses up and heads to a upscale neighborhood to camp in somebody's woods behind their backyard, man. I don't know, man. And he said, Steve did not look like a businessman. Yes, I would be calling the non-emergency number if he didn't go away. Yeah, if you see that guy with a funky suitcase walking through your neighborhood and not leaving, and then spending multiple nights, he gets away with it. Steve gets away with it because he only does stuff once. He'll go behind a Canadian Tire store and camp, or he'll do it down in a culvert somewhere, or he'll be in the median strip of a highway, or he'll be in somebody's backyard and do a tent camp. But if you did it in the same place multiple nights, yeah, they're going to catch on to him. But you can get away with it once if you just go once and then keep moving, right? Lee says, Steve's camping disguise is unsettling. You're correct. Anyone would be suspicious. I mean, yeah, anyone looking at Steve. And take a close look at the car. Yikes. Larry says, stealth camping by definition means you're breaking the law. Life is much easier if you simply abide by the laws. And we don't know what the laws are in a lot of places. You pull into a town, unless there's a sign by the side of the road saying no overnight camping or no overnight parking or whatever, They probably do have zoning laws that prohibit people that live in their vehicles from, sleeping in their vehicles in certain areas. But, you don't know all the zoning rules in a particular area. So, unless you get that dreaded knock on the door, from the cops at 2 a.m, at least, again, as long as you keep moving, as long as you don't stay in the same place more than once. We've seen this from Van City Van Life has said this, and Wanderlust Estate has said this, who they do a lot of stealth camping. And as long as you keep moving and don't go back to the same places over and over again, or don't stay at the same place for multiple nights, you're probably going to fall through the cracks in terms of all the rules. So, what the heck? Steven says Steve Wallis should have had he had good dress shoes and a Fuller Brush sign on the side of his vehicle, and he should maybe try selling things and go around the neighborhood, knock on the door. Whatever happened to guys that used to sell encyclopedias? Remember encyclopedias when you get that whole big volume of world books or whatever? Whatever happened to encyclopedias? It's all gone the way of Wikipedia, hasn't it? Yeah, Tommy Knocker has a couple of things to say about Aja's new video, Pandemonium there. That trip through Nebraska that Aja and John took had to not be nice. Big time. They stayed the first night at the Walmart parking lot in North Platte, Nebraska. Then they drove 250 miles east on I-80 to Omaha and stayed 2 nights at the Cabela's parking lot. I live right by that Cabela's and have lived in Nebraska my whole life. Let me be honest here and say that they are pretty hardcore. If you come to Nebraska, it is going to suck bad, and I mean big time. Now, if you come here and are slumming at the Walmarts and Cabela's parking lots in the middle of a humid summer, you are in for a world of SHIT. Oh, dear. We're talking about everybody heading up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to see Dave 2D. No, don't go there. Don't go there without permission. They're going up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for a Skoolie Fest. Somewhere out of there in the world says the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is full of biting mosquitoes, fish flies, no-see-ums, S-E-E-U-M-S, horse flies, deer flies, hungry wolves, and all the other animals that you don't want there. So, yeah. It's probably been very humid, wet summer so far, so it's got to be fun. Yeah. And finally, Carol West says, speaking of Californians moving to other states, we have a great big migration of them here in Oregon. They drove up all our home prices in Eugene, and I'm considering living elsewhere when I retire in 3 years. Well, they're leaving the state in droves, aren't they? They're going to Oregon and Nevada and Arizona and Utah and Idaho and where else? I don't know, man. Your mass exodus from the state of California. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It is Letters and More for the 23rd of July, 2021. Don't forget, every Saturday, 2, count them, Saturday live streams, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And our evening one, at least on the East Coast, is always our call-in show. So you can call in and chat with Camo Dave. Somebody was telling me that somebody has a Patreon channel up where if you pay them $16 a month, you can call them up and talk to them and they'll call you back. And I do that for free. That's right. I do it for free. So if you want to help support the channel on PayPal or whatever, the links are below. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day. Vlog under.